The Seance episode of Tales from the Crypt is a masterclass in psychological tension layered with supernatural intrigue. From the moment the camera pans across the dimly lit room filled with candlelight and flickering shadows, the viewer is immediately plunged into a world where the line between life and death, truth and illusion, is mercurial and dangerously thin. The protagonist, a woman driven by grief and a longing to communicate with her deceased sister, embodies the human fascination with the unknown. Her initial skepticism mixed with curiosity sets the stage for the narrative's exploration of both the supernatural and human psyche. The meticulous design of the seance itself, with participants arranged in a circle, ritualistic gestures, and the creaking of the floorboards, is not merely theatrical. It serves as a psychological canvas, amplifying the tension and inviting the audience to participate in the eerie atmosphere. Every shadow seems to have agency, every candle flame a story, and every whisper in the darkness holds the potential for revelation or destruction. As the session progresses, the tension escalates gradually but relentlessly. The director employs a series of close-ups to capture fleeting emotions, the twitch of a lip, the widening of an eye, the subtle tremor in a hand. These micro-expressions communicate the internal conflict of characters more effectively than dialogue alone. What is particularly fascinating is the use of sound and silence in this episode. The creaking, the low murmurs, the sudden stops in dialogue all combine to manipulate the audience's anticipation. There is a moment when the protagonist believes she is alone, yet faint whispers echo around the room, creating an unsettling ambiguity that forces viewers to question whether the horror is external or internal. This episode is not just about ghosts or spirits, it is an exploration of obsession, grief, and the human need to grasp at the intangible. The protagonist's obsession with contacting her sister drives her to increasingly irrational behaviors, blurring moral boundaries. In one memorable scene, she disregards the advice of the medium and insists on communicating directly with the spirit, which leads to a confrontation with forces she cannot control. The visual storytelling is impeccable. Candlelight casts dancing shadows across walls that appear to breathe alongside the characters, and the camera occasionally tilts to give an almost dreamlike, disoriented perspective, reinforcing the sense of unreality. The pacing is deliberate yet unyielding, each moment builds on the last, culminating in a sequence that is as terrifying as it is tragic. There is also a subtle commentary on human arrogance and the desire to control forces beyond comprehension. The characters' belief that they can command the supernatural mirrors humanity's broader tendency to overestimate its mastery over the unknown. The climactic revelation is both shocking and inevitable, a testament to the writer's ability to intertwine suspense with poetic justice. What makes Seance particularly compelling is its duality. It functions simultaneously as a horror story and a psychological case study. It is a meditation on loss, fear, and the consequences of tampering with realms beyond human understanding. The narrative structure also deserves attention. The episode begins with exposition that grounds the characters in a relatable reality, slowly introducing elements of the supernatural without immediate explanation. This measured build-up allows the horror to feel earned rather than imposed, making each twist more impactful. In terms of performance, the cast delivers nuanced portrayals that elevate the story. The protagonist's oscillation between hope and terror, determination and despair, resonates deeply, drawing viewers into her emotional journey. The supporting characters, from the skeptical friend to the enigmatic medium, provide contrast and context, highlighting the protagonist's escalating vulnerability. Furthermore, the episode cleverly employs foreshadowing and misdirection. A seemingly innocuous detail, a reflection in a mirror, a misplaced object, or a fleeting shadow later becomes central to the plot, rewarding attentive viewers with layers of discovery. The cinematography is particularly notable for its interplay of light and darkness. Shadows do not merely conceal, they actively participate in the narrative, representing both the hidden aspects of the self and the looming presence of the supernatural. This visual metaphor is reinforced by sound design, which accentuates the otherworldly while maintaining a grounded, almost tactile quality. In addition, the episode engages with themes of isolation and vulnerability. The protagonist's determination to pursue the seance isolates her from friends and rational counsel, emphasizing the personal cost of obsession. This isolation amplifies the suspense, as viewers anticipate the moment when her world, already precarious, might collapse entirely. There is also a deeply human element embedded in the horror. The protagonist's grief is palpable and relatable, making the supernatural events more poignant. The episode reminds viewers that the most terrifying forces are not always external. Often, they emerge from within, from unchecked desires, fears, and regrets. Seance also exemplifies the series' trademark dark humor and ironic justice, albeit subtly. While the atmosphere is primarily tense and foreboding, there are moments of grim irony that underscore the folly of the character's hubris. These moments do not detract from the horror but rather enrich the storytelling by adding layers of complexity and moral reflection. In conclusion, Seance stands out as a meticulously crafted episode that balances psychological insight with supernatural intrigue. Its strength lies in its ability to immerse viewers fully, manipulating emotion, expectation, and perception. Every element, from lighting to sound, from performance to pacing, contributes to a holistic experience that is both terrifying and thought-provoking. The episode resonates long after it ends, leaving audiences to ponder the consequences of obsession, the boundaries of the unknown, and the fragile nature of human understanding.